not amazing? Tell me it's not amazing. Because I personally think it's amazing. Do you like the setup?
A lot of determination, thought, work went into this. Like,
and the exit is not an easy place. Like, I had to order this, couldn't go to the shop. So, like, when it was on its way, I was panicking because things are delicate.
yeah.
I was like, is the box going to come just... You know when things just come, mash up, like...
yeah.
The box just comes and it already looks like someone's dashed it around the place.
Mm-hmm.
I was scared that was going to happen. And we've only been back... Well, you've been back for like 2 weeks. I've only been back for a week. So, when I'm ordering things, it's like, if it doesn't come perfect...
Yeah.
It's just not happening. Like, it's not happening anyways. So... This is the start. We got our plants. Georgia said that she wants to. Do you want to name it now, or do you want them to name it?
No.
She said no. I want to name it.
No, I want to name it. I think I'm gonna call it Green Love or Greenie.
Greenie.
Yeah.
Sounds cute.
We saw a Leroy plant.
Yeah, we did. We saw.
It was actually called Roy, but we called it Leroy.
Yeah. They gave them names in the shop, and if you're following us on Instagram, then you would have seen, because I've been dropping hints all week that something was changing.
Mm-hmm.
But the episode of when we, like, of us moving here isn't going to be out yet until what's it called? Until next week. So you'll get the announcement. By now you already know where we are, because obviously clearly we're here. So she's got her plant Greenie.
Oh, yeah. It just represents, like, loads of different things. Like, not to be deep, but to be deep. Like, green, you think of the earth, you know, heart chakra.
Right.
Like, loads of beautiful things. So, yeah, call it Green Love. I'm Georgia Love, so this can be Green Love. GL. Twice.
This is the first plant that we saw, actually.
Oh, yeah.
In the shop. And I was like, look, it's got pink leaves.
Yeah.
And I was just happy about that. So, yeah. I think mine's going to be called Pink. We're just going to call her Pink. And I like the saying of Pink as well, because it's just rebellion for me.
Yeah.
And her as a person, she is rebellious, clearly, her whole career. But also moving away from that, it's like everything that embodies pink, like you said, with green is love as well. The earth is love. But also pink is love. We associate that with love. Mm-hmm. Moving it away from... Love is also femininity. Everyone uses pink as femininity, and I don't think you can really want to represent anything else if you're a woman. Like, we are amazing, and you should want to be one of us. So, like, if you're not, then it's just sad for you. But
with that being said, I actually love being a woman.
Honestly,
like, I wouldn't want to be anything else. Do you know what I mean?
not at all.
Like,
not at all.
Yeah.
Like, as much as.
It's hard.
Yeah. No, it's not easy. And then, you know, there's a time of the month, every month, where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
But overall, there's not one thing that I wouldn't
change.
At all.
No. Nor would I.
Not at all. And I was just saying this, like, because this week's episode that came out, we was in, like, it was, like, hot that day. It wasn't summer.
Oh, yeah.
But it was just really hot. And I was in, like, shorts and, like, an oversized t-shirt. And I don't stare at, like, I analyze my body, but I don't stare at my body. And when I was watching the footage, like, you could see the cellulite on my legs. And then I was watching it, and I was like, did not know that was there. And honestly, if I wasn't, like, working hard to just accept myself, that would have really put me down. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I'm really upset.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But I was just like, well, okay.
It's
going to happen. I'm going to post it. It is what it is. Keep it moving. And I would say a lot of stuff about this podcast just made me realise, like, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, and regardless of whether I'm dressed up, I'm not dressed up, I look a mess, I don't look a mess, like, it's okay, like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, and I just have to be more confident in myself about that.
Yeah.
And I think this podcast has given me that, because you was like, would you dress up for it? And I was like, yeah! And then the day of, we was rushing, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, yeah, I was like, oh, I can do your makeup.
Yeah, exactly. And then the day of, like, we was just rushing, we couldn't do it. And I just had to let it go. Like, I just had to let it be. I was like, well, it's too late now. I don't have no makeup on my face. Didn't have time to do anything. But, like, and it's fine. Like, there's no problems with that now.
And I think it's, like, even that, you doing it, well, us both doing it, because there was a point where I was like, I can't be asked anymore.
Yeah.
That's a form of empowerment. And also, I feel like it will help others who, you know, maybe hide behind their makeup and, you know, those who use makeup solely for like a confidence boost, and like without it they don't have the confidence, because I can't lie, it's helping me as well.
Yeah. Because it's like you don't have control over it.
Oh yeah, no.
Like once it's filmed, the footage is there. We're not gonna redo the episode. We're not gonna re-say what we said. Like it is what it is.
And I think you know what it is. It's just because there's so much pressure on women and how we look in society is in general. Like we're always worried. Oh, do we look like a catfish? Oh, you know, someone got to say something. And it's like, listen, I'm lit in real life, so why does it matter what I look like in the digital world? You know?
Honestly, and if I want to get dressed up and look cute, the whole aim is to not look how I look on a normal daily basis.
Thank you.
So why on earth would I want to look the same? Like it's just not. And then like anything could make you a catfish. Like this ain't my hair. So like now is it a problem because I've shown you that I'm like my hair ain't the same? Like it's long. Like anything could really be a catfish. Because if we're gonna go into that, if makeup's a catfish, then men getting their hair done is a catfish.
Yeah.
Shaving your beard is being a catfish. Like all of that now. You've just taken it way too far and no one can be asked. Like, I understand there is a point where it goes too far.
Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't be trying to be someone who you are not. And
well,
for
a lot of people be doing that.
Right, honestly, true. And for me, anything that you are adding to yourself should just be to enhance on what's already there. And on the topic of that, your cosmetic line.
Girl, why did you say that?
I love bringing it up because it makes me happy.
That was crazy. In my head, I was like, if this girl brings up this damn line, I swear to God.
Why are you mad? Do you not want to talk about it?
No, I don't. No. Why? Not yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Soon.
Okay, something's coming. I'm not allowed to tell you what. But
I've said it already now.
It's already on Instagram. From time it's on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I already
they can follow the page.
Exactly.
Shades of Brown on Instagram. Shades of and then Brown, BRWN. Because I'm cool. You know.
Because you're cool like that.
Yeah.
Don't be spelling words correctly. But no, that I think that definitely ties into what the plan is for you and where
the intention
you're
behind
going.
it.
Yeah, and where you're going and where I think everyone should be going. Like I feel like as you get older, not in the sense of like being old, but like as you grow more, your whole point should be to just want to embrace who you are more. Because like when you're young, you really don't know. Like we don't know who we are, we don't know where we're going, we don't know what's happening with our lives, and we don't know anything. And like we should always just want to be enhancing who we are as a person even more and more as the days go on. Because like especially seeing my sister, she's just out here living her life. Like it's just like they have no sense of like there's no shame, there's no regret, there's no
the awareness isn't there.
Yeah, like it's just not. But like that is the most amazing time. Like
yes, I missed that time.
Honestly, like she doesn't care about a thing, and I want to be like her. Like I want to be like her. I don't want to care about anything. Yeah. Like honestly, I genuinely want to. Be
literally, like you have to do that to yourself. You're like, okay, but why do I care about what this person thinks? I didn't come here to impress no one. Like, you know. Yeah. It mentally it is hard work. Yeah. To try and get out of those like frames of thought and yeah.
On the topic of that, first week back to uni, I think I've been going through that like self-talk a lot because like I didn't realise like how even though we were in our third year, we're in our final year, last year we wasn't on campus, like we just weren't there because obviously COVID and things like that. So when I came back onto campus and I walked into a lesson, everyone was staring at me. I was like, what this feels like. Like I genuinely forgot what it feels like to be the only me in the room. Does that make sense? Like when I'm around my friends, even though I'm still the only me in the room, I have a lot of like-minded people around me. And in uni, sometimes, especially in Exeter, you can be the only you in the room. Like you're the only one who thinks like you in the room. Like you can even be the only black person in the room. Like the lecture that I had on Tuesday, it was just me. There was no other black person. There's no one. Like and I literally had to just sit there and be like, no, it's okay. You're fine. Like still speak, still contribute to the conversation. And like I felt that anxiety. Like when the teacher was asking questions, I felt that anxiety. Like, I wanted to put my hand up, and I was like, do it. Let me just, because like I don't want to start talking straight away. And I don't want people to feel some type of way or say something or be thinking something. And that's genuinely just out of practice, like just not being here, not doing it,
100%.
and being around people that I'm comfortable around for a long period of time. So I think it's less about like, it's more about like the self-talk, but the self-talk when you're uncomfortable.
Yes.
Because we're so used to being like by ourselves or around people that we're friends with or whatever, and then being like, oh, I'm doing so well, and then you get into an uncomfortable situation and you're like,
yeah,
I'm not doing well anymore.
Yeah.
Everything's up in flames. I want to give up. I don't want to do it anymore. But yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying. How about you? How's your first week been?
My first week's been good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I went in twice. You did the module last year, so Zara's did a module last year, but I'm doing it this year, and I'm liking it so far. I had a seminar today, and it was really good. Like the lectures have been really nice and stuff. But next week is gonna be like hardcore because I'm in 3 times a week. I was only in twice this week, but everyone's really in their own world at uni. Like they really
like just
yeah,
like right here.
Like I've said it before, like Sandy from SpongeBob.
Yeah, they are.
Like
like they really are. Like even I'm like taking it upon myself to be not more nicer, but more openly friendly.
Yeah.
So like if I'm walking past another person or whatever, I'll smile because otherwise I don't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to do that a little bit more because I think there's nothing nicer than just getting a piece of kindness throughout the day. Like you might be having a really bad shit day and then someone smiles at you
it makes you
it makes you feel good about yourself.
100%.
So I'm trying to do that. But like even today walking to lesson, like they're like here, like you just they're not even acknowledging that there's someone walking past them or someone. There's like nothing, and you see that how people walk. I remember we was in town. Yeah. And
you know what? That needs to come into Ooh, look at me, English legislation, because I'm actually tired of it. I could get knocked down because you won't move out the way.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like they walk, like I understand some people generally are in their own world and they generally don't realise what on earth is happening. But when I tell you, it's like I'm walking here, you're walking here, and you don't realise that I'm walking until you're here. And then it's like you get annoyed that I was there, and then you turn, and then you're mad. Like it's like you should have known that I was here from time. You're walking this way, and then we was gonna like you. Oh,
no, I said to Zara on Wednesday, like, I've stopped doing it now. I'm not moving out the way. You finna move out the way.
Yeah, Georgia's gonna walk it to you.
No, but there's some people
that need it.
No, they will actually see you and then try and like, I don't know. It's like
come in your path.
Yeah, come in my path. Like you're trying to gaslight me into moving out the way.
Yeah.
Like you was over there.
We're doing standing contest until we stand in front of each other. Like, and I'm not gonna back down, babe. I don't know what you thought.
I will stare at you.
We will collide. Like I don't mind if we have to collide. We will, just for me to prove a point. And I'm a small girl, so I will try to prove my point.
And then they try and take advantage of that.
Yeah, 100%.
No,
the amount of times I've walked past like tall, like either taller men or like wider men, and it's like they feel like they have authority over the pavement because I'm smaller than them.
Yeah,
and it's like. No, like I'm not about to run around you like a mouse. Like we both have space. Like we can just both have space. Like it's absolutely fine. But yeah, no. Along with the walking as well, I forgot how long everything is to walk to places. One okay.
Oh, what, to your lessons and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I leave like 45 minutes before.
Yeah, the lesson starts.
Yeah.
And yeah, I forgot how that feels. In London, you don't. Like we get on transport and all those things, and yeah, it's just it's very different.
We walking.
we real life walking. We real life walking.
With our 2 feet.
Yeah. 100%. Like just, and everything is like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. It's not. Yeah. It's not no close trips and everything closes at 7.
4-minute drive. What, 40-minute walk?
Yeah. Like even I was at cheer yesterday. Or I have a story. Anyways, I was at cheer yesterday, and my friend dropped me home, and because of where I live, you can't just, okay, so say this is the main road, but you can't go up and down this main road, you can't drive on that main road, so you have to go around the main road to come to my house. So she was coming, she was like, why is it so far? And I was like, babe, we in the car, imagine how far I have to walk to do this. And then so it's a lot. Everything's just in awkward places sometimes, and then you don't know where you're going, you get lost. Oh, as I was saying, at cheer,
What happened?
So basically, someone was like, "Oh, like, are you excited to go back to cheer?" And I was like,
No.
and he was like, "Why not? Like, aren't you happy to be?" And I was like, "Yes and no.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy the sport, I enjoy the team, but sometimes there's this thing with girls. I don't know if boys do it too, but like, it's like they subliminally act like they have authority over, like they're higher than you.
Oh,
sometimes
that's how they're carrying on.
Yeah, and it's really awkward to me because it's hilarious because it doesn't matter to me. And I can see that they get annoyed that I don't care.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So what, like, is there an actual...
Yeah, so basically there's this girl, and she's a sweet girl. She's nice. But, like, you know, when they try and then they're like, oh, I can't do that. And then she fixes up afterwards. There was this girl, she came to cheer, and, like, I didn't go to freshers. So usually what happens is... Yeah, I didn't go to freshers. So usually what happens is everyone who goes to freshers, they've already, like, met each other and stuff like that. So then when new people start coming in, they already know each other, and they feel like...
It's clicky.
It's clicky. It is very clicky, right? They feel like they already know each other.
One big clique.
Honestly.
You ain't in that clique, you by yourself.
Honestly. No, honestly, right? So one of the girls came, she's a fresher, and she, like, I guess she was close with the dance captain. But I was dance captain last year. So, and I was in cheer last year. And I was in cheer the year before. So I already know everyone.
Is she a fresher?
She's a fresher.
Okay.
But she, like, met them last week or whenever. I don't know. Maybe she knows them from time.
So
whatever.
She thinks she's vice.
Right. So she came in. And she was just like... She hugged the girl and she was like, oh my god, hi! And then she was like dancing next to me. And then everyone stopped and they was like, okay, cool, go in groups, right? Gone in groups now, cool. We've done our dance, whatever. Obviously, I choreographed that same dance last year, so I can do the dance. I'm trained in that type of dance. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I didn't know that, like, you've done cheer before. And I was like, yeah, I was captain last year.
But why would she know? She's a fresher.
But does it matter? Do you get what I mean? It really doesn't.
Wait, say that again. What? She
was like, oh, I didn't know that you've done cheer before.
What does that mean?
What is it exactly?
And she didn't ask anyone else that?
No. There was no need to ask me, for one. For two, what does it matter? Yeah. If it was a thing where it's like, oh, you're a good dancer, then just say that. Yes. You know? Yeah. That's fine. I have no issues with that. Or even if I did terrible, that's fine as well. Like, we don't have to speak. But there was no need for the conversation. But then it's because she realised that I was having conversations with a lot of the girls from cheer who are, like, committee or already pre-season. So she was just, like, weird about it. And then she was...
So what did you say?
I was just like, yeah, I was captain last year. And she was like, oh, okay. And I was like...
It smells like racism to me.
I don't think it was racism. I think because she acts like that with
no,
everyone.
You know what it... No, it's like... it's as if, like, she had low expectations of you. Yeah. That's what I can smell.
That's exactly what it was. But that's how she felt towards everyone in the room.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's
so
what
it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
just you then?
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Fair, then
it was that sense of, like, I'm above all of you. And then you realise that you're not, and then you got upset about it. But the thing is that we're not above anyone. Yeah, no. No one is above anyone. Like, we're just not.
And you and Cassandra preach this. Someone is bigger and better than you.
Always. And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you less than.
But the thing that...
Stop. It's people and their God complexes for me. Like... Yo.
No, but you know what? A lot of people have God complexes because I don't know who I was talking about this with, but like that sense of like teachers feeling like they can bully students as well. They have god complexes
100%.
because it's like, why do you? A lot of people do. Like anyone, I feel like anyone who feels like they have authority or in a position of power,
authoritative figures,
they feel like they exert that now. Like everybody else is now lesser than me, and we're not. We're all on the same playing field. Because I've come across a lot of teachers in my time that are like, oh, I wasn't expecting you to be so well spoken or so smart or so driven, and it's like,
oh, why?
So because I'm 15 and you're 30, whatever, with a degree, you thought that I was gonna be one idiot.
They think that we don't experience life. It's as if like we experience life as we get older. No,
it's not exactly. No. And there are things that are to do with age, but experience is not one of them. Like, I did think when I was younger, oh, there's so much more of life to experience, but one person's experience can be completely different than somebody else. Like, some people are 8 and have been through a lot of life experience. 100%. Some people are 20 and haven't been through any life experience. So it really just depends on your lifestyle. You can meet someone that's 4 years younger than you and they've been through way more than you. They're more knowledgeable in certain things because they had to be and all of that stuff. And like, you have to accept it. And I feel like the only way to be okay with that is just to expect those things from people. Like, don't expect less. Just expect everyone to be on the same level as you. And then while you're talking, you can figure it out where people are at. Because I feel like it's not nice to go into a situation expecting less of people. No. Like, and it's not nice when you feel like that. Like, I used to hate it when I could see that teachers were like astonished by me. Like the way I used to speak or how I've explained my point. Like, you was expecting me to shout about it and I've told you it in a very particular specific way and I've been well spoken about it, and they're like, oh and it was like, and now I feel bad because I feel like, have I done something wrong? Like, was I not supposed to speak like that? What was you expected? You thought I was stupid. Like, and we've said this loads of times of like teacher hearing that.
Well, because you proved them wrong and they don't want to be wrong.
And I don't mind it from people that are the same age as me. But like, when it's people that are older than me, I hate it. I hate it a lot. But now I'm becoming the older one. I've realised that I have to allow that from people that are younger than me. Because like, I have god sisters and cousins and stuff that are like 2 years, 3 years younger. And they will be telling me experiences. And I'm like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like, actually, wait, maybe they do. Because I did at that age. So I have to allow it just a little bit.
But with that being said, like, people really will use you as a reflection of their own self-hate. Do you know what I mean? And I've got to a point in my life where I can't allow that anymore. Because when they do that, because they hate themselves so much, or they just don't, like, you could be your authentic self or just be yourself regardless, and they can't handle that because they're not, you know, free, or they're not comfortable within themselves, and then they think that they can be mean to you or disrespectful and no,
for sure, because it's like
and it's always covert.
Okay, that's right, babe. We didn't ask, I didn't imply. You know what? One thing that I realized is that me growing up, the people that I'd be most drawn to were people that were just like fully themselves. Like the most authentic in themselves. Like it was, they didn't have like no worries in the world. Like those are the people that I aspired.
They weren't defined by a set of influences.
Those are the people 100%. That I liked the most, even if they weren't all my friends. But it'd be like, no, I really respect that girl, and I had no reason why. But as I got older, it was like, no, it's because they was just themselves. Like regardless of the situation, they were just themselves. And now I'm learning that like I have to. That's what I want. Like I wasn't that when I was young. And now I'm redefining what it actually is to be my authentic self as well, because your authentic self changes.
Oh, 100%.
A lot.
100%.
Because the amount that I've changed in like the last month. And now I'm like, oh, I want to show a whole different new part of myself. I want to be a whole different new me.
Listen, so new personality every week.
My gosh.
I'm not even capping.
No, seriously, it is. Do you know how many times within a week I open my wardrobe and I'm like, none of this represents me, and then the next day I'm like, oh, it all makes sense. Like, it's ridiculous, but I'm learning, I'm trying. I'm like, we're somewhere getting close to something.
Like, we're on a journey of self-discovery, you know.
Yes.
And that's not like, oh, you know, you sit down with your journal for one day and then you know yourself. Like, it's a continuous cycle, continuous process, and you know, you have to let things be. Yeah. That's what I've been learning and accepting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Just to let things be how they are. Let things go let the chips fall where they may. You know, and then just learning to figure it all out afterwards, because the more that I'm realizing, when I let everything happen, it goes perfectly. When I'm like, oh, and it just never works out. It never works out
when you're trying to control things.
Not at all. It never works out. What I wanted to ask are, what are your goals for, because this is our academic year. What are your goals for your academic year? Doesn't have to be academic wise, but just like from now until when? Oh my god, we graduate. When do we graduate?
Why did you say that?
I was trying to say the end of this year, but the end of this year is graduation.
Oh, wouldn't we graduate like near June?
Yeah, I think so.
Goals. I'm more focused on discipline right now. Like, just. Okay, let me think about this. Do you want to tell everyone your goals? I actually need to think about this. Come on the spot.
Okay. The other day, I wrote in my journal my goals for the month, and I think they're going to just continue to be the goals for the year. So it's going to be having a morning routine, because the book that I'm reading was like, define who you are, and I can't really put who I am into words. Like, I don't necessarily know how, like, I can't really explain or write and say how I am and who I am as a person. So it's like, I just wrote down who I want to be instead. So instead of writing down this is who I am right now, I just wrote down what I want to be, and then I had to shorten and be like, okay, cool, this is the attributes that woman has. So with that, at its lowest level was like having a morning routine, because I think everyone that I like as a person, as like anything, they just be on their stuff. Like, they have a list, they get it done, they finish everything within a certain amount of hours. They're very like strict and diverse and disciplined with those things. So I was like, okay, cool, I need a morning routine, because Lord knows I wake up whenever. It was just like, okay, cool, I have a lesson at 1, okay, cool, I'll wake up at 12. I have a lesson at 8, okay, cool, I'll wake up at 7. Like, it wasn't strict with anything. So it was definitely have a morning routine.
It's like, based on like how much sleep I can get before the lesson.
100%. And then based on how much sleep I could get is when I would go to bed. Like, it's bad. It was just really bad. It was really bad. Less procrastination. I think that's just a whole thing. I don't think I can be. And I think things definitely happen for a reason. Like, things happen for a reason. Like, I have the podcast now. I cannot not do my work on time. Because if I don't, I can't edit this. And then we can't post. And that's just not good.
Setback.
It's just, I don't like doing that. And so, stop procrastinating. And with that, to make myself stop procrastinating is to stop giving myself spaces to do nothing. Because when I'm doing nothing, that's when I start procrastinating. So if I'm doing nothing now, I might as well just continue to do nothing. Continue to do nothing. So yeah, I think those are the two main things. The morning routine, which I think will just affect everything, and the procrastination mainly.